welcome in the head coach for the Tigers, Brent Vernon. And, Coach, you knew this game was going to be quite the challenge. Coach Rick Stansberry, in his second year, had added quite a few pieces to this Western roster. You added quite a few pieces to your roster as well. Fast start by Western, and they never really look back, never gave the Tigers a chance here this evening.
No, they did a very good job. And you know, these games are always tough for our guys because they want to come in sort of with a chip on their shoulder with something to prove. But the bottom line is this is the best team we're going to see all year. And early on, these are exhibitions for a reason, and we're not ready for this type of thing yet. With 9 new guys, and I know Coach Stansbury's got a lot of new guys as well, with 9 new guys and only be able to start with them whenever our 24-week rule works, we've got a lot of work to do, and it showed tonight. But to a certain extent, obviously I wish we would have been more competitive, played closer than we did. Our team needed something like this because you get a false sense in practice. As coaches, we continue to preach we have to work harder, we have to do drill work better. Every possession matters. And you saw that today where we've gotten really lackadaisical, and our guys need to be able to see that, because whenever you're going against the same guys every day, you have some success, they hear you, but it doesn't fully process. So now we get out against a different team, a bigger, stronger physical team, and they really show some of your weaknesses, and it's going to be really good to go back to watch film so we can point some things out and really get back in the gym and work on those.
And you mentioned this was going to be the best team that you will see all year, a Division I club in Western Kentucky out of Conference USA, and they were projected to finish 6th in their conference. If that's the 6th place team in Conference USA, I'd hate to see those guys above them. This was a team that had reloaded some big-time Division I transfers and made your guys really work tonight on the offensive end. You shot just 30%. You had some open looks, but they made every possession challenging, it seemed.
Absolutely, and that's what, you know, we're going to probably hang our hat a lot whenever we're playing well offensively on being able to make shots. But again, when you're getting contested by 6'4" point guard, 6'3" two guard, 6'7" three, 6'7", 6'9" in the post, it makes things difficult. 6th ranked team in Conference USA, maybe the 7 they had out there, but whenever you throw Lamonte Bearden, who set out today, who averaged 15 a game at Buffalo 2 years ago, you add Josh Anderson, who was a top 100 high school player, I'd be shocked if that's where they finish. I'm going to say again, Coach Stansberry, in the summertime, they get so much work with their guys that we don't get. So those new guys, they are new, but they've been in his system now for a few months and know it a little more. Our guys are still trying to figure stuff out. And when you have so many new guys, there's so much stuff that you have to teach, so many bad habits that you have to break. Sometimes they're not bad habits, but they're habits that a coach taught them differently at one school that we're doing it completely differently. And again, you saw a lot of those or all of those weaknesses tonight, but it's like I told her, we're 0-0 on the year. This game, in reality, was to come out, have fun, compete, and then go back and say, all right, this is where we've got to get better. You know, in the first half, we had 13 turnovers, and I'm guessing 9 to 10 of them was because of lazy one-handed passes. We weren't catching the ball with 2 hands, and those are things, again, you take for granted in practice, but it's the biggest things, and we preach it over and over. You have to take care of the little things for the big things to come. And so, again, wish the score was closer, but at the end of the day, this is going to be good for our team.
Tim Coleman led the way, 18 points tonight, Coach, 4 of 11 from long range, 7 of 19 from the floor. He's a guy that you are going to lean on a lot this year, not only on the offensive end in terms of scoring, but to facilitate the offense at times.
Yeah, Tim did a good job for the most part. I'm going to say at times forced the issue a little too much. You could look at the shooting, and I'm not real disappointed. The one thing that stands out, obviously, is the turnovers. But, again, whenever you're struggling offensively the way we were looking for someone to try to spark us, and Tim decided to try to make that happen. You know, for him, this is the first time he's been on the big stage in a year and a half. So for him to come out and do some good things, I'm proud of where he's at. But obviously he's going to get better as it goes on. But all of our guys are. Again, this is the first time, take away a scrimmage game we had, that we've been in front of a crowd. We've been in front of opposing fans. And again, we had our backs to the wall from the beginning, but that's part of it, and that's what we wanted for this game. And again, I'm excited because now we can show our guys what we got to work on.
Hagan Tyler, your leading scorer, returned tonight. He had a rough night, Coach, 1 of 8 from the floor, just 3 points. They made it difficult on him, chased him around all night long, but he's a guy that, as Tiger fans know, throughout the season, you'll be relying on as well.
And I'm not worried about Hagan. Again, he had an off shooting night. I thought he had one shot that wasn't a real good look. Other than that, I thought all of his looks were good. You have nights whenever you just don't make many shots. And that's sort of where we were tonight. And it's probably because I've jinxed this. The one thing people have asked me all preseason is, what do you like about your team? I said, well, we'll put ourselves in position at times because we can make shots. And tonight, again, the length and athleticism we haven't seen, and we missed shots tonight. But the one thing I can look and say, hey, it's a positive for Hagan is he did have 6 rebounds. And that's something that all of our guards are going to have to help us with this year. Sean is going to do a great job of blocking out and trying to prevent his man from getting it, but sometimes lack of strength, he's limited. So our guards have to really go in and help. And seeing 6 rebounds tonight against a team that he was guarding 6'4", 6'7" a lot of times, that's a good stat for him. Again, offensively he's going to come. It's going to be different for him. He saw it last year, and it's going to be this year. Right now, they're keying in on Hagan Tyler. Yeah. 2 years, he's almost got 1,000 points already. He's on the verge of that, so he's moving forward in a good manner. And again, we just got to work some kinks out.
And one thing I would be remiss if we didn't mention, Andrew Smith had a period there late in the game. He was absolutely shutting Dwight Colby and Justin Johnson down at the rim. A tremendous job by him.
Thought Drew did a good job again. He didn't play last year because of a back injury, so first time he's been out there in a little over a year. He's got to work and continue to progress in his conditioning, and he's getting better. Picked up a few fouls, and a lot of those came from anticipating and wanting to try to get a block shot. But in our league, if he can work on just keeping his man in front and walling, we're not going to see guys at 6'9", 260 and 6'7", 240 like he faced tonight. Again, he's a guy that can really help us because he can shore up on the glass and help. I thought having 11 rebounds tonight was very big. We did give up 7 offensive rebounds each half, which is tough. But again, going against who we went against, I thought we were attempting to block out, and that's a big step for us.
And you get a little over a week off before you'll take to the road at Georgetown and take on Martin Methodist, Bruton Parker, Bethel University. So you got a 3-day, 3-game stretch there in Georgetown. What will be the focus for you guys as you get set to head into the Mid-South Southern States Challenge?
A little bit of everything. 3 games in 3 days is going to be very tough. Tonight, we had some things that, some guys didn't play the minutes they wanted, and this film is going to be good for them to see. Some of it was on the court related, and some of it, I'm big on this. There's not ever going to be one player bigger than our program. Never going to happen. And it's all about how you handle adversity whenever things may not be going your way. I'm as big on being a good teammate whenever you're in the game or whenever you're not in the game. And we had some guys that I thought showed the wrong demeanor today, so they didn't play as much as they'd like, and they're going to get it fixed, or it's going to have to go a different direction, because we have to have everybody on the same page working hard. Whenever we had our scrimmage with Asbury a couple weeks ago, everybody was engaged, everybody was cheering, but we played really well that day. We made a lot of shots. It's easy to do that when things are going right, but how can you handle it, and how do you handle it personally when it doesn't go so well? So we're going to work on everything. We got to get to where we're shoring up our ball screen defense. We've got to just communicate better, guard the ball better, and make strides. We've got a long way to go, but the best part is this is not a sprint. This is a marathon, and we're just in the first stage of it.
Well, Coach, you mentioned it's still 0-0 regardless of the outcome here tonight. Best of luck to you next weekend in Georgetown.
Thanks, Matt. Appreciate it.
Coach Brent Vernon and the Tigers coming up empty here tonight in their effort to knock off Division I Western Kentucky. The final score of our ball game, 92-51.